Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. Anthony Joshua has revealed on his social media he will not be fighting for another 7+ months, saying on Instagram and his other social media, "My next fight is scheduled for December." Not ideal, but everything is part of a bigger picture. So that is Joshua's statement to the boxing world and his fans. So very curious statement, because there was quite a bit of chat that he would be returning in the United Kingdom summer, which would be around June, July, that he was potentially going to face Dillian Whyte or potentially going to be facing other names that were being sort of bandied around. But not so. And where my mind went first with this was, is it about money? Do DAZN not have the current sort of finances to fund 3 fights in 2023 for Anthony Joshua? But then I thought, well, it doesn't really make sense, because if they're bringing in subscribers, it could pay for itself. And then I thought, well, is this more related to his last fight, Jermaine Franklin? And what I mean by that is, obviously, a lot of people, having seen that fight, thought Joshua could have done better against a guy who's, top 25, top 30, that it shouldn't have gone to decision. So is it a case that his trainer, Derek James, who he's just linked up with, the Franklin fight being the first fight that they had together, has said, look, you need to go away, work with me, and we need to start ironing some things out, really build a bond, really start getting some of my style, the way that I train, ingrained in you, so then when you return, you actually can put on a better performance, the sort of performance that Derek James would want to see. And in that fight against Franklin, you heard James in the corner asking Joshua to do certain things, string certain combinations together, let certain punches go, but he wasn't always able to do it. So perhaps this is a training situation. And then my mind went to, well, is this a case of there's an undisclosed injury? And that's a possibility, because a lot of these fighters are not always fighting 100% healthy. Actually, far from it. A lot of these guys are always carrying some sort of minor injury, and sometimes a lot more than minor. So is this a case where Joshua, they've thought, okay, this is going to be a situation, we just need to sort of put you on ice, give you a couple of months of recovery, then you can work with Derek James, we'll return at the back end of the year for a big fight, or the second fight of the year. It could be that simple. But oftentimes you'll never get the full explanation if an injury is involved. And maybe we'll get some finessing about what this is really about. But given Anthony Joshua was meant to be fighting in a few months' time, Joshua just a few days ago had said he wanted to return within 12 weeks. 12 weeks and we go again. Here's the post that he said for that one. Now all of a sudden it's pushed back several months, and Joshua again will not be fighting 3 times in a year. It again will be twice max for 2023. So it's a bit of a head scratcher, and I know a lot of us are going to be sort of ruminating on this, going, what exactly is going on? Is it about the training situation? Is Joshua injured? Is there not enough money in the kitty for DAZN to pay Joshua 3 times in 2023? Would that just blow the budget and leave Eddie Hearn with not enough finances for all the other cards that he wants to put on? Remember, Joshua is a very expensive fighter. He's got a long-term DAZN deal, and it's going to cost a lot of money. So, I mean, maybe the finances is part of it. Maybe it's a combination of a few things. Maybe Joshua is partly injured, and also the training situation. Derek James is like, we just need to pump the brakes. We want to put in a good performance next time out. Doing so in 3 months, getting back in the ring is not in our interest. Because Joshua says, not ideal, but everything part of a bigger picture. So it's a question mark. So I guess that sort of will leave a few other dominoes to fall in the heavyweight division, especially for guys that were trying to line up to face Anthony Joshua. So Dillian Whyte probably will end up pursuing a fight with Derek Chisori, you'd imagine, because they're talking about that trilogy. Maybe he'll look at something like a Joseph Parker, but he'll be looking for money. And then there's other guys who've just been begging for Joshua paydays. Otto Wallin being one of them. He's really got no excuse but to go and fight someone else now. There will be a number of names who were lining up for Joshua. Filip Hrgović was another one saying, give me that fight against Joshua, I will destroy him. That they'll have to go do something else. The Joshua sweepstake is closed for the time being. So it is quite a curious situation. But 7+ months from April the 1st until he fights in December, yeah, that's not ideal, as Anthony Joshua says. And what is the real reason? Will we actually get it, or will we just get some finessed version from Eddie Hearn? Because he'll want to sort of paper over whatever is actually going on and put it in the best light. So I think for fans of Anthony Joshua, and I think just boxing fans more broadly, because Joshua's a draw, his fights are generally well anticipated and people want to watch them to see what's going on. Because with Joshua these days, you never know what you're going to get in the fight. But yeah, just thought I'd bring you this news. It is curious. What do you make of it all? Drop a comment loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.